wishing you a very, very, very happy new year. May this year bring you all things good, all things happy, all things nice, and the strength to deal with anything that doesn't go as per your plan. Trust me, it'll all be okay. Anyway, it is the 3rd of January, that is the 3rd day of 2023, and we have taken a trip to a place that we visited in 2016. We are in Česky Krumlov. It feels so good to be revisiting a place that you had been to only like, okay, they're like dismantling the Christmas markets and we're here out for breakfast. But I was saying that we had visited Česky Krumlov in 2016. We were introduced to this place by the Czech tourism when we were working with them, and it's just such a nice feeling to first of all be traveling, you know, right the first thing in the new year, and to be coming back to a place that you had been to like almost 7 years ago. I mean, and this place obviously hasn't changed. The last time we were here, it was summer, so now we get to experience a bit of the winter vibe of Česky Krumlov. And now we are here at the authentic cafe for breakfast, which looks lovely, and you will stay on this journey with me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. You know, one of my New Year's resolution is to vlog more and to be more active on this channel. Stay tuned to see what this trip is all about. So here is my coffee. I have called for a coffee with homemade egg liquor, and I'm looking forward to trying it because this is the first time I'm going to have a coffee with egg liquor. I've heard so much about it. I've seen it on so many menus even in Vienna. So this one looks interesting. I think this bottom portion here is like the egg liquor, and then this is a coffee, and of course the whipped cream. I happen to be one of those people who's not a very big fan of whipped cream, but I guess this just goes with the combination, so I'm going to try this and see how it is. Parisha on the other hand is having a classic caramel latte
with the Česky Krumlov caramel.
Well, yeah, just yesterday we figured. So yesterday was basically the first day when we arrived in Česky, and we just decided we will not vlog, we will not do anything, like we'll just walk around because we arrived in the afternoon, checked into our Airbnb and was super hungry, so decided to head for lunch. And we were just like walking around the city. Okay, walking around the town. This isn't really a city, this is walkable and very, very small. Almost every place here is like at a distance of 200 meters, 300 meters. Like this cafe itself was like a 2-minute walk from our Airbnb. So yeah, I mean, we were just like trying to see if at all the town had changed. And I think that's the thing about these medieval towns, which are also in a way set up for tourism, that not much changes here. So it was nice to be back and, you know, see the stuff we were seeing, which was a lot like what we saw in 2016. It's just got like a very odd, comforting feeling about it. But then we were like super tired because we woke up, like we barely slept the previous night, and then it was like a 6:40 train in the morning that we took from Vienna, which I think we've come to a conclusion now is like a terrible idea if we're sacrificing our sleep and then deciding to travel, because you're so exhausted that you cannot make the most of your day. At some point you want to just go and sleep. So that's something that we'll definitely be taking care of for our future trips, which are not too far away. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy my coffee and breakfast. There's some bread coming, or bread basket more like. So I'm going to enjoy my breakfast and then we'll go on with the day. Midday, and what we're doing essentially is just walking back through the trails that we had discovered back in 2016. we clearly remember this place, you know, going next we're gonna go inside the castle on the top of the tower to get a view of this from the top. It is so beautiful. I mean, I think the most comforting thing about places like these is it's almost like time hasn't passed at all. They just stand still. Like, this is a medieval town and not much has changed here. I mean, honestly, nothing has changed here since we came, and it's been 7 years. I mean, wow. It's a little cold, but given the fact that we come from Vienna, I think we can very well deal with the cold at this point. Yeah, it's overcast today. Luckily, yesterday was a little sunny, and for filming this vlog and the videos that we're filming, I would have liked if it was also a little sunny today. But this is what it is. This is pretty much one of the perils of traveling in winter, that you don't always get the best sunlight, you don't always get bright and warm days, so you got to make do with what you have. And honestly, I think it's well worth it. Like, the crowds are much lesser, and it's, I mean, traveling in winter has its own advantages, and I'm all for it.
Go. So where are we? We've technically taken this entrance. We've come in here. There's so much on this side and even more on this side, and this is the tower. You can see from these windows, you can get a full view of Česky Krumlov. So this trip is going in a really interesting manner. I think we highly undervalue nostalgia. We have just been wandering around the places that we'd visited like 6.5 years ago when we first came to Česky Krumlov. We just covered the castle, the tower, and it's so interesting that, you know, it's hard to think that you'd have such little things in mind. You'd remember such small things about places, about what you did there, and we do tend to forget them in like a long-term kind of a thing. But, you know, just coming back here, looking at these things again, coming to these places, I mean, we can practically recall
points from where we took pictures, and we're trying to recreate those. So this, I remember, was like that one obsession where we're trying to take pictures through these frames where you could see the key monuments of Česky Krumlov. The tower that you see behind is where we were right now, and we got like a panoramic view of the town. There's the church tower, the bridge that we have been crossing, and we will be crossing again. And we also spotted, by the way, from the tower, the place that we're staying. So it's going quite well. I mean, I think that's pretty much what the joy of travel is about. You make new memories. If you take trips like these where you're revisiting places that you've been to before, then you relive some old memories. I have to say, I do miss Darshana, Akash, Meghna. I think traveling together is so much fun, and I think when we took that trip, we were obviously younger. We were full of spirit and enthusiasm, because for a lot of us, except for this hoity-toity person, it was our, and I think also except for Meghna, it was our first Europe trip, and Czech was practically the first country that we were traveling to. And I mean, we had not even practically launched World Culture Network on YouTube. We just started with an idea. We made things happen through collaborations and planning and all of that, and we came here and we have conceptualized so many things literally on the go. World Culture Network is something that I'm still so proud of, and I'm really hoping that this year we can refocus, rebuild, and like give a whole new meaning and a sense to World Culture Network. It's one of the most special projects for me. It's a baby that I'm so proud of, and that's actually what even like got us in front of a camera. We didn't think of vlogging then, and I think it would have been so interesting to vlog that entire trip, particularly behind the scenes of all the shoots. But this is fun, and I'm so glad we're taking this trip. We did what we did then. I don't think we need a reason to travel. I think the meaning comes out within itself, and I've realized I'm blabbering so much out of all my joy. So let's get back to re-exploring some more of Česky Krumlov. So our last stop at this complex was supposed to be the castle garden, which is closed today. The Schlossgarten is heute geschlossen. Can we make it here tomorrow, because we're also heading back home?
Yeah,
Let's challenge our luck.
let's try.
So where are we going now? I'm super hungry.
We'll go to either a vegetarian restaurant, or we can go to the same restaurant that we went to 6.5 years back.
I mean, that's originally the plan. We're just hoping that they're still serving lunch.
Let's
Let's go eat! I don't know which way. I'm just going mental right now. That's my local trout served with grilled vegetables, my lunch for today. And that is Parampara's pickled cheese with
bread
and salad.
Salad के नाम पे iceberg lettuce है और 2 टमाटर. तो परंपरा को जाएंगे.
So basically what we're having today is typical Czech cuisine, including Parampara's pickled cheese. And yeah, I mean, I think finding vegetarian food in Czech Republic, Czechia now, is a challenge, particularly I think because even in dishes which are sold as vegetarian, there is an egg element, because for them egg is considered vegetarian. It's the way vegetarianism works in India versus the rest of the world. It's very tricky and very interesting. Anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm just looking forward to digging into the trout. I'm not sure if the trout is 100% fresh because it's winter, so I'm guessing it must be frozen, but I can't explain how good it smells, and I just need to dig in. And I have this beer which is from the tap. It's the Pivo Krumlov, which means Beer Krumlov, that is giving me company today, and we're just having a cafe latte.
Cafe.
Ugh.
Is it amazing?
I love it.
Because that's what we kept repeating in every after tasting every food in like 2016. It's amazing.
So I think this has the same problem that almost like every dish in Europe has.
Namak.
Namak is an issue for them, but other than that, it's really, really good. This is what I was craving. This is what I came back for, and I'm so glad to be having it.
Apna ye hai.
It's got this skin which is really, really crispy, and yeah, I mean it's
Very good, Master Chef.
yeah. With all these words, just watching too many cooking shows, and I'm gonna put like a bit of lemon, which is literally their size. Of course, India wala masala to nahi hai, but I'm happy. I'm very happy. So this place that you can see outside, this is exactly where we were sitting when we came here for the first time for lunch. And because it's winter and it's cold, this place was not available for seating. So we sat right behind it over here.
Christmas abhi baki hai mere dost. At least Česky Krumlov mein Christmas abhi baki hai.
This is the main town square of sorts of Česky Krumlov, and in the morning when we were here, we actually saw them clearing up this area.
हाँ यहाँ
But-
पे काफी सारे stalls थे.
So I'm assuming their main Christmas market was pretty
Here.
much over here. And it's day 2, basically the day that we go back to Vienna from Česky Krumlov. It's been a good 2 days. We're currently at a cafe called Collective to have a humble breakfast so that we can also potentially try grabbing some lunch. Well, it's quite a cute place if you see. So it's almost the end of our trip now. We spent a total of 2 proper days in Česky Krumlov, and it's just been nice and rejuvenating in a way. Yeah, I mean there were some downsides like the ones that always come with traveling in winters, particularly like in small towns. But it was a fun trip. It was a nice trip. Also because we'd already been here, I think the biggest advantage of this trip was that we did not have to, like move around a lot, run around to explore places. We could just pick what we wanted to do. We had a better idea of, how this town works and what we wanted to see, what we wanted to do. So it was nice exploring all of it all over again. Comforting to say so. And yeah, I mean we ate some really nice food here. We had some really nice coffee, and I think we just enjoyed being here away from any sort of it was a complete switch off in a certain sense, and I'm so glad that we started our new year like this. We also have another trip coming up sooner than we usually plan anything, so we're super proud of ourselves. Do you want to reveal the location that we're going to next? It's a new country, we've never been there before.
It's a new country for us, and we just randomly stumbled upon it. We hadn't. It wasn't on our list.
It wasn't on our list.
Yeah.
But we were actually looking for destinations that we could travel to closer to the New Year holidays where the prices aren't exorbitant.
Yeah.
And we figured something which is, I think, fairly cheap if you're comparing with Europe, obviously. And like technically we do have a European resident permit, so that makes moving around
Yes,
anyway a
yeah.
lot simpler. But that country is till the 31st of December, Indians could visit that country visa free. From the 1st of Jan, you either need to have like a valid visa of that country or a Schengen visa or a US visa to go there. But enough of talks about that country, because when we'll go there you'll see the vlogs. But Česky Krumlov was so good, like
It was amazing. I think there was no FOMO this time. We are not missing out on anything because we've seen everything. And this trip was just a reminder that sometimes it's very good to like come to a place which you've already visited, especially if it's a small town, because it's a relaxing trip and then you have as much fun. And of course it's just beautiful to be around here in winter. Like we saw it in summer and now we see it in winter as well. So yeah, I think it was a fun trip.
yes. And as you can see, I don't know, you must have seen through the rest of this vlog, there still, like despite the winters, a lot of people are visiting Česky Krumlov. We just found out yesterday actually that the town has become fairly commercialized in terms of tourists, and you know, like you'll barely find any locals in the city center because most of it is just like property rentals and cafes and shops for tourists. Despite that, I think the prices are like super affordable. We went to a really interesting place last night for dinner, and that was, yeah, I mean, I think someday we'll be ready to talk about that experience. But for now, I mean, so usually we forget to end our vlogs and they just end abruptly. So I thought I'll do a little bit of chattering about this whole amazing experience. And to be honest, I can't wait to get back to Vienna as well, because yay, I love city life. I love things being open for a little longer than what they were here.
That's not Vienna, by the way.
But it's still like, if I have to compare Česky and Vienna, yes, I love the fact that Vienna has things working a little more life till at least 8 p.m. I think we might do another part of this vlog just to discuss maybe the things we found a little weird this time in Česky, or like in general, like the kind of not mishaps but kind of experiences that might not be the best or can be a little inconvenient. So something that you can prep for. Let's hope we stick to that and we do it. But I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Please drop a comment. I've also dropped a link and a card many times in this video to the original Česky Krumlov video. You'll also see the edited version that we made from our current trip. So there's basically a lot of links to a lot of videos that you must watch. Check out the vlog on Parich's channel as well, because that always has a slightly different perspective.
It does.
And a lot lamer jokes. Subscribe to both our channels, and once again wish you guys a great 2023.